The last race of the weekend here in the sunshine of Glany Park in North Wales, and what better way to finish? The Masters. Sam Dimolo and Joe Richardson on the front row, with Ben Yeomans and Sam Fisher on the second. George Friday is alongside Mark Lawrence, with Neil Fisher, Jim Rainbird, Anwar Beryl-Smith and Sean Port in the top 10. Keep an eye on Joe Patterson from 16th on the grid. He will not be finishing there if he has anything to say about it. Out of the final turn and waiting for the lights, and we go green, away we go racing, and already the number one round the outside, Joe Patterson, has made up at least 3 places on the run up the Dragon Straight. He is getting on with this quickly. So I would not be surprised at this current rate if he smashes the Ayrton Senna Donington 93 lap out of the mile. Look round the outside at Spoon. He's making 2 or 3 places. He is trying to put Ayrton Senna to shame as up the inside, trying to go for the lead. That's a great move from Richardson, and he's through. Beautiful overtake on Sam Dimolo. Dimolo's going to try and get him back, probably in the next couple of corners, by the way he's already having a look. But into the lead early goes Richardson, and still the number one of Joe Patterson is gunning through this field. I make him up to about 12th position already. Let's count as they go through. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 11th already. 11th position, Joe Patterson. So he makes up 5 places in 1 lap, and he's definitely not done yet. He's going for another more as Dimolo goes up the inside. Dimolo takes the lead back again, so 2 lead changes in as many laps, and looking for something from this as well. 3rd position, Ben Yeomans is having a go, so Sam Dimolo takes back the lead of the race, and in 2nd position then, Joe Richardson just has to be content with the 2nd position on the road at the moment. 3rd is Yeomans. If we're not careful, 4th position will be Joe Patterson anytime soon. I think he's up to about 10th position now, still working his way through. Oh no, he's done better than that. I think he's 8th now. So Joe Patterson is absolutely storming round. Yes, 8th position on the back of the 232 of Jim Rainbird. So he is absolutely flying. Wow, it's not going to be long before Patterson is battling for the top 6. Meanwhile, Yeomans is under threat in 3rd position. 2nd in the championship at the moment, but that is the 233 right on his tail, pushing again for more. Sam Fisher working his craft onto the back of Ben Yeomans. George Friday is in behind. Neil Fisher in 6th position, and then it's Joe Patterson up to 7th position. Now don't forget, last time out, as Ben Yeomans takes a massive chunk of curb through the 2nd part of the compression complex. Don't forget, last time Joe Patterson was in the most titanic dogfight with Joe Richardson, and that was one of the most intense karting battles I've ever seen. It went all the way to the final lap, and Joe Patterson is charging his way through the field, and he could end up dicing with him again at this rate. But at the moment, Richardson is trying to get one over on Sam Dimolo in the lead. He's not really getting close enough, as once again, the 233 Sam Fisher gets onto the back of Yeomans. 5th still Friday, 6th still Neil Fisher. No relation to Sam, of course, but the 2 fishermen in the field, and they're trying to keep the number 1 behind them. Joe Patterson up to 7th position, and actually Joe has got 11 1/4 minutes or so to get this done. He's got plenty of time, and he is definitely the fastest man on track right now. There is the number 1 Joe Patterson, as behind them, that is the 9 of Mark Lawrence, trying to battle it out with Jim Rainbird. George Friday, looking at his details there, 5th position. He was 7th in the opening round of the championship. That was his best result of the year, so he's looking for a good one in 5th position as Patterson makes the move for Fisher through that fast right flick on the run down the Dragon Straight. Beautiful move there from Patterson, and that puts him on the tail of George Friday. Really exciting stuff to watch him come through. So Neil Fisher now in 7th position. That is equally his best so far of the year. And 5th, number 5 there in 3rd position, Ben Yeomans pushing hard, really fighting his way through to try and close up on the leading 2. But Dimolo is pulling away. Richardson frustrating to be in 2nd position and not able to be on the back. Patterson has worked himself up to 6th position so far as they fly through the first corner and up the Dragon Straight once again. A whisker over 10 minutes on the clock. And what can Patterson do about Friday into Spoon? I thought he was going to go for it then, but he had to think about it twice as Rainbird still battles with Lawrence. That is for 7th. As up the inside, there goes Patterson through to Friday and up into 5th position. Into the carousel, up the climb, through the compression complex. 1st apex, 2nd apex, a little bit of curb. 3rd apex of the compression complex, then down the dip into Devil's Elbow. And already Patterson is closing up on Sam Fisher in 4th place. Through the left and up towards the final turn. Dimolo, Richardson, Yeomans. 2-3-3 Sam Fisher, number 1 Joe Patterson, and 8 George Friday. That is the top 6 at the moment. Here comes Patterson, up the Dragon Straight, through the flick. He's looking good. I think Fisher might lose the place here. He almost goes off the circuit on the inside line there. Joe Patterson, that is the smallest gap in history he created, but that's all you need here at Glany Gors to make the move at Spoon Curve, and he's up into P4. So now Joe Patterson is back in the fight. It's time to roll those sleeves up, gentlemen. What have you got to take on the reigning champion in the Easykart Masters? Joe Patterson does not do things by halves, and he is coming. Through the final turn, on the tail of Ben Yeomans. What can Yeomans do to defend? Patterson in this form looks to be fairly invincible. Whether he'll get the time to go past Yeomans and then Richardson to go for Dimolo is another matter, especially considering that Joe Richardson will want a little bit of revenge for their battle last time. Joe Richardson was the one who came out second best. Up the inside, immediately Patterson, the first whisker of opportunity into the carousel, and he's through in a third position, and he's got the nerve once again to signal to Yeomans behind. Come on, let's get after the leaders. Must be so sickening when you're in the middle of a kart race like that. In the battle, right up in the podium position, you lose the place, and then the guy in front says, help me, help me. I don't want to do that, I want to get you back. Into the first corner, up the Dragon Straight once again, and get this for a top 3, considering that, I can't believe I'm saying this, Joe Patterson started this race in 16th position. We're at the half distance point now, and he is 3rd. Not in the top 6, but 3rd. That is incredible how much work he's done. We're not even at the halfway point, in fact. We're just about to get to that. The 7.5 minute mark is approaching, and Patterson is breathing the exhaust fumes of Joe Richardson already. It's almost as if he started the race there. He certainly won't want to finish there. The man in front is the rival from last time. The rivalry at Ella Park is coming back once more. It was tight, it was tense, and it was deadly between Joe Richardson and Joe Patterson, and they'll want to renew that again. This time Richardson will want to put one over on the number 1. Now, on outright points, Joe Patterson is down in P8 because of a bad round, but if dropped scores were taken into account, which of course they will be from the next round of the championship, then Joe Patterson is currently sitting 2nd in the points. 2 men in front of him, Sam Dimolo and Joe Richardson. Very much a factor in Joe Patterson's title campaign for 2016, and he will want to beat them both. But if he wants to even have a go at Sam Dimolo, he's got to get past Joe Richardson. And after last time, Joe Richardson isn't going to give him so much as a whiff of an opportunity. So through into another lap, 6.5 minutes on the clock. And this could be 6.5 of the tensest minutes we've seen in the Easykart paddock. Richardson has got to keep that kart as wide as possible at Glany Gors Park, one of the ultimate overtaking circuits in the country. He has a think about it, Joe Patterson. He's not close enough yet. And this is the thing, this is a critical point in the championship as well. He can't afford to just banzai up the inside and hope it sticks, because he could get an exclusion if it's a bad move. If he doesn't have the space, Richardson is going to want to capitalize on any chance he gets. But the man behind him is Joe Patterson. He started this race, don't forget, in 16th position. He's worked his way through the field. He's passed the Perez's, the Hulkenbergs, the Grosjeans, the Massas. Now he's up in amongst the Hamilton, Rosberg, Ricciardo territory, the big players in this field. And you don't come much better in this field than Joe Richardson. He is not going to give Joe Patterson even a chance of getting past if he can possibly help it. Sam Dimolo, meanwhile, this is heaven sent. Thanks, boys. You mess about for 2nd place. I'll dominate. I'll pick up much-needed points in the championship and extend my lead. Not a problem for me, mates. So through the Devil's Elbow they go again as Yeomans holds on to that 4th position in front of Sam Fisher. George Friday in 6th. And they're still doing a good job. Oh, Richardson makes a little mistake on the exit. And that's going to be a pivotal moment in terms of the psychology. 5 minutes to go. And Patterson is swarming around. He knows that Richardson is vulnerable. He's going to look to the left. He's going to look to the right. He can't find a way through. This could turn out to be one of the most incredible battles. And already Richardson has thrown in the towel for victory. He's defending at this point. He has realised Dimolo's got this one. I've got to keep Patterson at bay. Through the compression complex. There have been some amazing rivalries in the world of motor racing in the course of one race. There have been some incredible final few lap battles. You think back to Mansell and Senna at Monaco in '92. You think to the Hill and Schumacher days in the mid-'90s. Hakkinen and Schumacher used to go at it hammer and tongs in the early 2000s. And now we're seeing the karting equivalent. Joe Richardson versus Joe Patterson. Defends again as Patterson comes alongside, but they're forgetting Yeomans and Fisher are getting themselves into the battle as Richardson goes defensive again. Patterson draws up alongside. Yeomans and Fisher are now right in the battle here. They could snatch 2 steps on the podium if they time it right. Oh, I can barely watch this. It's too tense. Somebody throw me an energy drink. I'll need one to keep up in a minute because Patterson is still knocking on the door of Richardson, but Yeomans and Fisher have caught up. And considering that Dimelo is so far ahead, he's going through the traffic. This is Dimelo. A victory is pretty much bought here because if Patterson was able to get past Richardson a few laps ago, he probably would be on the tail of Dimelo fighting for the win. Here he goes again, round the outside at Spoon. He can't get through and he'll be frustrated. He may not even know, of course, that Yeomans and Fisher are there on him. Oh, he nearly uses the back marker. It's a good play there. That was very close indeed, and there could have been a nightmare scenario with those two getting past the back marker, but no, he's managed to get away with that. But Patterson really needs to get on with this, and I think he'll know now that Yeomans and Fisher are on his tail because he'll be able to hear them behind, and he knows he's a frustrated man at this point in 3rd position. He'll know he's quicker than Richardson over 1 lap. He'll know that Yeomans and Fisher will be snapping at his heels throughout. He needs to get past, and he needs to get past pronto. Otherwise, 3rd position may not even be on the cards. He goes wide again round Spoon, and that's up to the Spoon curve down Damon Hill. Yeomans is a lot closer again. Fisher's not far away. Richardson defends. Patterson goes to the right. He can't get through. Tucks back for the inside at Carousel. Oh, this is too close. This is so close to call. And let's not forget that it's only really in Britain they're allowed to do this kind of racing so close with that much defending from Joe Richardson. If this was in the States, in their National Karting Championships, if he was defending like that, he'd have got a black flag by now. There's no reason why he's defending more, I think, than I've ever seen anybody defend a position for 2nd place against any other driver this season. This is the ultimate, and they actually tangle as they defend. Whoa, this is really tight. Patterson and Richardson, they come together as Patterson desperately tries to hold his station round the outside. Richardson shuts the door. Oh, there's only about 2 or 3 laps more of this, but if Ella Park is anything to go by, and this race so far is anything to go by, this could be absolutely amazing. There'll be steam coming off their helmets at this rate. Down through the Devil's Elbow, out through the left, into the right hand of the final turn, and I make it 3 laps to go. This is gonna be legendary at this rate. Up the straight. I've seen some battles in karting in the last 4 years of commentating, but I tell you what, this one might just beat them all as again Patterson stretches to the left, can't quite get through. Richardson holds station. This is Senna and Monaco all over again. Joe Patterson's Nigel Mansell impression is pretty hot right now as he tries again to find space. He can't get through. This is becoming the karting equivalent of the '79 French Grand Prix, if I think about it, actually. Sam Dimelo is the Jean-Pierre Jabouille character, dominating out in front. And these guys are Gilles Villeneuve and René Arnoux, practically bashing wheels for 2nd position. It could go that way if we keep this up. Into the first corner. Brilliant scrap between these two, and all that Yeomans and Fisher need to do is just sit there and let it play out. Again, Richardson defends. Again, Patterson challenges. Again, he's frustrated. And Yeomans is sat there in 4th position, watching this play out. He's making sure Fisher's not too far away, but he also needs to spot a moment here. He might just get a chance if these two tangle. Oh, this is close. They go down the compression complex into Devil's Elbow for the penultimate time. Actually, where is Sam Dimelo in relation to the start-finish line? Is he going to get another lap in? No, he's not. The time runs down, and I think is this the last lap, or is he going to get one more? I think he's going to get one more, actually. Oh, so there is 2 laps to go. You couldn't have timed that any better if you tried. He crossed the line with 1 second to go, so there will be an extra lap. And that just gives Patterson more opportunities to go for Richardson. And it means he'll be more frustrated. The tension's going to grow again. Round the outside, he can't get through. Joe Richardson absolutely loving this. Patterson, he's got the fastest lap in the bag, 43.7. He knows that if he could get past Richardson, he'd be millions of miles faster per lap. But that's all done and dusted with now. He can't win. He can only get second. Dimolo is starting the final lap. That's how much time they've lost. Look at that. That is night and day into the final lap. And I'm not sure I want to look on because this could get gruesome. Richardson's still leading. He looks back. Patterson is right there. He's going to challenge. Is he going to go for it? Round the outside. Now he's going to try and tighten back. This could still go either way. Patterson down the hill. He goes right. Richardson defends to the left. They go to the inside line. They've touched each other. They've both gone off. Unbelievable. Yeoman's through to second. Fisher through to third. And Richardson recovers to fourth place. Neil Fisher's going to go through in a fifth. Patterson down to sixth. Friday is next in line. I can't believe they hit each other. That is Hamilton and Rosberg all over again, except they're not teammates. It will be ferocious. And look at the man benefiting big time. Sam Dimolo, Ben Yeomans will be smiling right the way to the victory lane. Absolutely amazing. Second place for him. Sam Fisher third. Richardson in fourth from Neil Fisher and George Friday. Lawrence Berrow-Smith, Rainbird and Thomas. Where is Joe Patterson, you ask? Well, he's been given a penalty by the look of it. Unbelievable.
I missed the first couple of laps. Tell me what happened.
I thought I got a good start. Going up the straight, Joe Richardson had a better drag up the hill. Got me into wherever the corner is up the top called. And led for a lap. Eventually, I got him up the straight and got my head down and got away.
Absolutely, and indeed you did get away, and you pulled away massively, and it was always going to be favourite for you to do that. So you had a race on your own out there, but it all happened behind you, I've got to tell you. I don't know whether you're aware of all what went on him.
I know roughly what's happened, but I'll wait and see the video. That's going to be interesting.
It certainly is going to be interesting. No, it did all happen behind you. It was great racing behind you. It was really good all the way through it. But a demanding, let's talk about you, a commanding win today. Remind me of the pre-final. Did you win that as well?
I did win pre-final, but Joe did have the puncher. We were having a very good race, like a really good race up until then. Same as the heat. We were both nose and tail for the whole race. And unlucky for him, he had a puncher.
Yeah, it was unfortunate because, yes, indeed, it was like the heats. You did race well together right up until that moment where Joe suffered that mechanical. But for you now then, moving on, we're going on to clay pigeon next round. Is that one of yours?
Yep. I like clay pigeon quite a lot, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's wonderful. Okay, and I've been asking all the others actually in interviews. It's one of my ones I've been doing today. How good are you at your maths, and where does this put you in championship standings? As opposed to obviously it's between you and Joe at the moment.
I know I was 15 points ahead coming into this round, and I think I'm quite a bit more now. Probably about 30 odd, but I don't know. So.
Okay, so obviously you're leaving here as championship leader, going into what is probably the business end of the season, final 3 rounds. We got clay pigeon, we've got Buttmore. Is that one of yours?
Not Buttmore. No. Clay pigeon and Wilton I'm looking forward to, but Buttmore be a bit iffy.
All right, fair enough. It is a new Buttmore though, mate. It's very nice there. So listen, anyway, well done, Sam. Congratulations, mate. I'll leave you to cool down, and well done indeed.
Thank you very much.
2 separate penalties, it emerges, given to Joe Patterson at the end of that race. 1 for 2 places and 1 for 4. I don't know which was given for the last lap, but in my opinion, that was harsh. Sam Dimolo leads as the championship leader with fireworks on the horizon. The championship moves on to clay pigeon. Don't forget about the Wilton Mill Easykart Cadet Academy in the summer. Our cameras will be back out in force for Buttmore Park. See you then.